Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer / Pioneer video. So today we are playing one of the big new archetypes that's come to Arena, and that is Niv to Light. So this is running the new card from Pioneer Masters, Bring to Light. So this is a 5-mana sorcery with Converge, so you can search your library for a creature, instant or sorcery with mana value less than or equal to the number of colours of mana spent to cast Bring to Light, exile that card, then shuffle, then you can cast that card without paying its mana cost. So this is a 5-colour deck, like many Niv Mizzet decks, because we are kind of hoping to play Niv Mizzet Reborn. So we will have the option of casting Bring to Light with as many as 5 colours, and that will allow us to go and fetch any of our 5-colour spells. So we have Niv Mizzet Reborn, so that's the 6/6 flying that lets you take dual-coloured cards from the top 10 of your library. Then we've got one copy of Niv Mizzet Supreme as well, so this is a different version of Niv Mizzet. This one has flying, hexproof for mono-coloured, and gives each instant and sorcery in our graveyard that's exactly 2 colours jumpstart. So there's a couple of versions of Niv Mizzet here, but we could also go and get Omnath, Locus of Creation, which is 4 colours, Deadly Cover-Up, Sunfall if we need to wipe the board. So yeah, there's lots of different things we can do with Bring to Light. It essentially becomes a kind of toolbox in a single card. We can just go and get whatever we like with it. And then the rest of the deck is kind of built around the whole kind of 2 colours Niv Mizzet theme. So you will have seen when I've played Niv Mizzet decks in the past that there's just lots of powerful two colour spells. As you can kind of see all down our kind of 2 drops, 3 drops, and 4 drops. We've got a number of those. But we are also running, just to help us find the colours of mana and ramp out into what we need, another new card, which is Sylvan Caryatid. So this is a 0/3 for 2 mana, it has Defender and Hexproof, and it's tapped to add 1 mana of any colour, so a really great mana producing creature, very hard for the opponent to deal with. So yes, that gives us the option to do that. And then we're also an Up the Beanstalk deck, so Up the Beanstalk draws the card when it enters the battlefield, but also whenever we cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater. So, Bring to Light triggers it, as does any of our Niv Mizzets, Leyline Bindings, the usual kind of things. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this deck. It is playing Yorion, so we do obviously have a wider selection of cards than you would normally have. Yorion probably the last playable companion in this format, now that Gigantha has been banned, which is probably something that needed to happen, but Yorion is still around for the moment. So yeah, we've got those 2 cards to help us kind of draw cards and add more mana. Then in terms of our kind of multicolour package, Vanishing Verse, great removal spell, so is Abrupt Decay, Lightning Helix, the kind of a great removal package with our 2 drops. Pillage the Bog, a great way of kind of selecting the card we want from the top X cards of our library. Then our 3 mana, 2 colour spells, we've got a Kolaghan's Command, a Maelstrom Pulse, a Deafening Clarion, and a Night of Autumn, so these are all good in different situations. And then a Nahiri the Harbinger as well, 2 colours, 4 mana Planeswalker that filters our cards, exiles tapped creatures, enchantments, or artifacts, and then allows us to do a kind of sneak attack style thing for its ultimate. And so yeah, that's kind of the main themes of the deck. I mean, there are a few other cards. So we've got Valky, God of Lies. A neat little interaction with Bring to Light is that if you Bring to Light for Valky, you can cast it as Tybalt for free. So that's something that we will probably attempt to do at some point. 4 Fables of the Mirror Breaker. So we've seen this card many times before. Creates Goblin Shaman token, filters cards, then becomes the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Ancient Cornucopia, just another mana ramp artifact, and that can gain us a bit of life as well. As I say, we are running 3 copies of Omnath, Locus of Creation, so this is another good Bring to Light target, or just a powerful 4-drop. It does lots of things, draws a card when it enters, then kind of triggers off landfall. Got some mass removal spells with Sunfall and Deadly Cover-Up, so we can Bring to Light for those. Leyline Binding, obviously a very, very good removal spell in a deck that's running all 5 colours of mana. And then a Roaring Furnace and a Steaming Sauna, so Duskmourn card. When you unlock the door, it deals damage equal to the number of cards in your hand to target creature, so good early removal spell. And then Steaming Sauna just prevents us from having to discard, gives us no maximum hand size and an extra card each turn. So for those games which are going long, then we do have the option to kind of grab that. And this is obviously 2 colours as well. It's red and blue. so we can grab it with Niv Mizzet. Then our mana base, I'm not going to go through it all because it's pretty complicated, but as you'd expect in a 5-colour deck, there's a lot of triomes, a lot of dual lands, some basic lands because we are running 4 Fable Passage, both as mana fixers, but also to get that double landfall trigger from Omnath when it's on the battlefield. So yeah, it's you can kind of peruse the mana base at your leisure. The deck list is in the description, as always. So yeah, that's the main deck, 80 cards as we're running Yorion. And then the sideboard, obviously one slot is taken up by Yorion, but then we've got our early interaction spells. So 4 copies of Fatal Push, 3 Thought Seizers, good way of interacting with the opponent's hand. Rest in Peace, Graveyard Hate, we don't really care about our graveyard, with the kind of niche condition of when we have Niv Mizzet Supreme, but that kind of comes out if we're bringing in Rest in Peace. Dovin's Veto, another good a good counter spell that's also 2 colours. Campbell, Consul of Allocation, so this is a good thing to bring in against opponents who are running lots of non-creature spells, so Lotus Field combo, control decks, that kind of thing. And then a couple of Notion Thieves as well. Interestingly, it's given me both forms of the art here, which I'm not entirely happy about because I'm slightly OCD. So let's... no, not Notion 2 Thief. I'm thinking of Bring to Light. Notion Thief into the sideboard. Let's keep the art consistent. Yeah, so this one we played not long ago, so it basically replaces opponent's draws with drawing a card for ourselves. So, great card to flash in and take the opponent unawares. So yeah, that is Niv. I'm really looking forward to playing this. It's a great deck. It's really fun. I'm so glad it's on Arena at last. So without further ado, let's go on to the ladder. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as ever. And yeah, let's see how we go on with this. Ooh, yeah. See, this isn't a terrible hand, but it is like it's basically got nothing until turn 4, and I don't think we can be doing that in this kind of universe. So let's keep this hand. Pop back Niv Mizzet Supreme. Hello. And yeah, let's see what we can do with this combination of cards. So the opponent's not had a really powerful start, so we'll play Sylvan Caryatid, which should power us into a turn 3 Omnath Locus of Creation, which is a pretty spicy thing to be doing. Okay, the opponent's on mono green Devotion of some description, so let's play a Steam Vents, play Omnath, draw a card. Okay, Maelstrom Pulse is a good removal spell here. We also have Leyline Binding if we need it. Okay, there's lots of ramping going on. Kiora is, I think...
You don't mind if I take my octopus for a walk? Nature flows with vigor.
Okay, so we got some options here. So let's stick Kiora under a Leyline Binding.
I sure belly flop.
Then we'll play a land. Attack with Omnath. And then I think we can... we'll just pillage the bog here, I think. What should we take? I think another Leyline Binding is absolutely fine here.
Bet you've never been hugged by a kraken before.
Interesting. Yep, well, let's go again.
Tides always rise again.
So we're not doing much else for the moment, so let's just stick Yorion in our hand. The opponent's not doing a huge amount either, so... And we do have Maelstrom Pulse and Deadly Cover-Up if we absolutely need it. Okay, they're just mono Kiora.
But my friend's kind of a big deal.
Cavalier? Yep. Okay, well they're doing plenty of stuff here. Okay, what's next? So we could... I think we're going to have to get rid of this... Cavalier of Thorns. It's in the way. Yeah, I'm getting 2 life. They can put something back, but it might just be like an old growth troll, which I'm not hugely fussed if they draw that. So let's attack. They are going to get a card from Kiora here. Okay, it's just a land, I can live with that. Right, Spara's headquarters will gain us some life. Let's send Omnath at the opponent again. Yeah, happy to take that trade for now. Follow up with another Omnath. Gain 4 life. Banishing Verse will come in handy at some point. Sadly, it can't hit Kiora, because that would be my top target right now. Llanowar Elf is fine, though. I've gained some more life, so I'm certainly not short of any life here. Oh no, don't activate your Lair of the Hydra. What a fool I am. Hehe. I'll go up to 35 here. And I think we can bounce both our Leyline bindings here, because they're just going to have to legend rule out their Kioras.
I defy gods. Defying you will be easy.
So let's take that Kiora, and we'll take their old growth troll token. Cool. Okay, we had enough going on there to stop them doing what they wanted to do, so I think Fatal Push for their early Llanowar Elves is a good shout. And then we need to make 4 cuts in response. I prefer Sunfall to Deadly Cover Up in this particular matchup. Colagon's Command I'm not so fussed about. Same with Deafening Clarion. And yeah, let's trim the Hiri as well. I think that's fine. No black mana for Fatal Push, unfortunately, and it sounds pretty weak. I think I'm going to have to mulligan it. Yeah, this is better. So let's pop back Niv. Yeah, let's pop back Niv Mizzet Reborn. This is quite tough, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy to have drawn a Leyline binding, at least. Could have done without that, to be honest. Well, let's take down their Llanowar Elf, at least. Cut down their mana a smidge. That's a technical term, smidge. Okay, Oath of Nissa, sure thing. Oof. Oof. It's a big oof. Right, well... do not want that hanging around, so let's get rid of it. Unfortunately, cannot play Sylvan Caryatid as well. This is tough. This is pretty tough. So, let's Sylvan, Vanishing Verse Cavalier. That way they're down to 5-6 mana. Ugh. Okay, I mean they had all the things, so... So I can bring to light here, but what am I going to get? So I could get Tybalt. Well, we may as well just see what we have. So yeah, I could get Tybalt. I think that's basically the option here. And then what am I doing? Exiling? Or am I Sunfalling instead? I mean, that doesn't really help. Yeah, okay, let's grab Tybalt. Exile their old Grove Troll. I mean, he's dying shortly anyway, but... sadly, they do have the mana for Cityscape Leveler.
I love to make a splash.
Yeah, okay, they had the pretty explosive opening there that we just weren't quick enough to counteract, so I think let's stick in Dovan's Veto. Take out Maelstrom Pulse. Yep, this'll do. Beanstalk is a good source of card advantage. Oop, they're mulliganing hard. Hopefully that's a good sign. So we'll start with the Zeotora's Proving Ground. And no, we love to see it. So we don't currently have the land for Lightning Helix, but I think that's okay. Let's just play that, and then up the Beanstalk. Draw a card. Another Lightning Helix. Again, just fine. We like Niv Mizzet Reborn. So we'll just say go. Huh, okay. Well, we get a card out of it at least. Don't like losing the... Right, we'll just pass the turn. This will go and fetch your planes. Soon. In fact, it will do it now. Sadly, I do not currently have the mana to cast Niv Mizzet. This is a slightly awkward mana mix that we've got here. So am I playing Valky or am I waiting to play Tybalt? Feels like we are okay to wait for the moment, so let's just stick Yorion in our hands, pass with Vanishing Verse and Lightning Helix available. Yeah, that's fine, I can vanish that. Still can't play Niv Mizzet. Okay. Do I want to kill that? Let's see what we draw. Okay, right. Let's shock that in. Play Tybalt Cosmic Imposter. Exile their Scrap Shooter. They will be able to kill Tybalt with their Lair of the Hydra, but that is literally all they will do this turn. So, and in fact, they're not even doing that. Okay, I mean, that I could live with all day long. So, we'll play a Triome. Tick up Tybalt. Oh, well, that's pretty spicy. Let's get rid of that. Play Oath of Nissa. Grab an Omnath. Let's stick Fable of the Mirror Breaker into play here, I think. Yeah, I thought that would come. Okay, very good. There, we did many of the things. Many of the powerful things. Oof. Ooh, this is slightly awkward, but it does have Sylvan Caryatid. I mean, our Leyline Binding is totally worthless here. This is a rough keep, but one which I'm willing to try. Oh, the opponent's playing a burn deck. Well, that's bad news for everyone, isn't it? Hired Claw. Fine. 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 Ooh, another Verge. Oh, we'll play the Swamp. We'll pass the turn and see what they do. Vanishing Verse is available. So I think I'm okay to take a couple of damage here, just to see if they try and cast something on their Hired Claw. Ooh, yes. Ooh, please. Oh, no. Right. Let's go Bring to Light. And I think we will just take Niv Mizzet Reborn here. We'll do the namesake of the deck. Yeah, I'll take those 3 cards. Knight of Autumn's great here for gaining some life, if we need to. Oh, Screaming Nemesis is going under Niv. Okay, they're stopping us from gaining any more life for the rest of the game, which could be a problem. So, let's attack them with Niv Mizzet. Now let's play Valky, and let's take a creature out of their hand. Let's see what they've got going on. Yeah, I'll take their other Screaming Nemesis. And pass the turn. I mean, if they double Helix Niv Mizzet and do not touch my face, I think that is a pretty good result. Okay. Go. Oh, maybe it isn't double. No, it's Boros Charm and Lightning Helix. Okay, well, they might well win here. If they have another burn spell, we are dead. And they, yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Yeah, no, they did a good job of stopping us from gaining any life. Okay, so Fatal Push is fine here. Campbell's pretty good. Sunfall and Deadly Cover-Up are not. Leyline Binding's a bit rough as well, so let's just keep it quite basic, I think. Yep, this'll do. Do we hold off on the Caryatid? I think we probably should, and just chill on a Deafening Clarion. Yep. Oh yeah, oh yes, oh yes. How we chuckled. That I'm less happy about. So I can't Fatal Push this at the moment. So I think I'm gonna play Caryatid. Stick a Breeding Pool into play. Pass the turn. I think I would rather preserve my life total here. Let's Fatal Push that. I'll go to 10. Lightning Helix is good, so let's get a Fable into play. I haven't been screaming Nemesis, so... Yep, Knight of Autumn's great. So I'll discard Godless Shrine here. Ooh, Campbell's even better. Let's get him into play. That's fine. And we'll also fire off a Knight of Autumn. Gain 4 life. Yeah, Eidolon is a card that exists, but I think I'm just going to take it down with Lightning Helix. I'll take 2, gain 3. Yep, cool. Okay, got the better of them there. So they will be on the play this time, and I think we've basically got as good a configuration as we can get against a deck like this on the play. I'm not keeping that. Yeah, it's got a removal spell. It's got a Fable. What's going back, though? Is it Beanstalk here? I mean, that feels harsh. I mean, we can't actually cast Spring to Light, so let's get rid of that. Let's be realistic. Now we could have cast Spring to Light. Yeah, that Eidolon's going to have to die. Can't have that hanging around. So we go to 16. We kill Eidolon of the Great Revel. And are we just going to do nothing for 2 turns while we Beanstalk and then Fable? I mean, that feels suboptimal. Okay, well, we're not bringing anything to light anytime soon. No, let's Fable instead. Just get a creature on the battlefield. And also, we need to shuffle away some of these lands. Wait. No, I think no blocks. I need some life gain. Pretty urgently. That's not going to do it, so let's ditch Beanstalk and Temple Garden. Oh, this is rough. So we could play Nahiri, exile that. Yeah, that seems like the best option at the moment. So we'll stick Nahiri into play. Exile their Hired Claw. Trouble is, we're trying to gain life, is they've got Roiling Vortex. So I think we just have to hope they whiff a little. Land? That's not a land. Ah, well. We tried. One more time. Yep, this is a very keepable opening hand. Lack of red mana is a bit sad, but hopefully we can draw into that. You do have to be a little bit flexible around the whole thing when you're running this kind of deck. Hello, hello. So let's stick Rafine's Tower into play. Oh, I think this may be a mirror match. And indeed it is. So we'll have our own Beanstalk. Then I'm tempted to Abrupt Decay theirs in a minute. I'm very tempted now. Yeah, we're not getting any red mana and just drawing endless fables, so what the hell at this point? Ah. Well, that's red mana at least, so... Grab a mountain. Play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And they have at least run out of land, by the look of it, so... We do have an opportunity there. But they do have double leyline binding, which is not ideal, to say the least. And another... Jesus. Right, let's discard a Fable and a Caryatid here. Bring to light. Alright. Come on, Tybalt. Do some work for us here. That's pretty good. Ooh, this is an interesting mirror match. I mean, they've definitely had the better of us at the start with all of those leyline bindings, but... Yes, okay. Holding them off for a turn is good news, so... We'll flip that. Let's Vanishing Verse this leyline binding. Ourselves and up the beanstalk. And we'll exile that.
Mine.
Pillage the bog. What should we grab? I think we are okay with Omnath Locus of Creation here. Sylvan Caryatid. Okay. How on earth can they have another leyline binding? Where do they think they are?
Catch me if you can.
If that can be all they do, that would be really ideal, to be honest. Right. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I know I only get Valkyrie back, but that'll do. Okay. Steal their Omnath here. So they can bring to light, which I suspect they will. Yep. Yeah, that card draw is pretty difficult for us to deal with, to be honest. Sunfall is not unexpected. At least they have to discard. Right, we'll ditch Clarion and Blood Crypt here. Hopefully we can draw something a bit better. Okay, those are better. Play Omnath. Draw a card. Now let's generate some manas. I'll grab... What am I grabbing here? Probably an island. We'll play Leyline Binding. Stick away one of their beanstalks. Then we'll play Niv Mizzet Reborn. Take those 3. Up the beanstalk. Oh, it's a game of swinging. There's a lot of swinging happening. Okay, so they've got 3 mana to play with here. Fable's just fine. So we'll gain some life. Let's pillage the bog looking at the top 18 cards of our library, which feels like we should be able to find what we're looking for. And in fact we didn't, so that's pretty annoying. So we'll take Roaring Furnace, because that is technically an answer to Omnath. Then we'll vanish their other Beanstalk. Kolagon's Command. Destroying that, killing their token. Attack for 10. Well, we've done an okay job here. Their board is pretty empty. Feels like we're in a pretty good spot. Okay, that's a decent start. So they gain 4. Yeah, that's a good answer to Omnath. We like Bring to Light. So we're currently presenting lethal, so let's make them actually do the thing. So I assume they were Lightning Helix my reflection here. No? Okay. That's fine. Don't have a Helix in my bin, do I? No, but I do have Kolagon's Command. No, that's not going to be quite enough. So instead, I'll play Niv Mizzet Supreme. Then we'll Kolagon's Command. Discard a card, 2 damage to any target. Kill that. Discard Sylvan Caryatid. I feel like I should win this game, but they are certainly fighting me, and, you know, you've got to respect it. I do have many options here. Okay, Pillage the Bog looking 18 cards is pretty good. I mean, I couldn't find a Leyline Binding, so... You never know. But I admire their commitment to sticking around longer than is plausible. Okay.
Justice will be served, molten from the core of my
I
soul.
mean, I'm still presenting lethal at the moment, so...
Torrent of stone.
Okay. Here we go again. I mean, to be fair, I've got everything I need. Okay, that was just game one, and that was pretty exhausting. So, Dovin's Veto, Thoughtseize, Notion Thief, Campbell. We're doing quite a lot of sideboarding here. Vanishing Verse is good, Lightning Helix is not. Night of Autumn's good, Deafening Clarion is not. Kolagon's Command can go as well, need 4 more cuts. Do I get rid of Up the Beanstalk? Now that is an interesting question. Or is it Fable that needs to go? I think we need Sunfall and we need Deadly Cover Up for resetting the board. Yeah, I'm going to try ditching Fable here. That might be crazy, but... we're going to give it a go. Because we are nothing if not Mavericks on this channel. Not sure I've ever cut a Fable from the main deck, ever. But... ugh, no white or blue mana. This is better. So I think we can put back Jetmir's Garden here. Yeah, that's fine. It's all a bit slow, but... so we'll survive Trio. That'll give us access to Thoughtseize next turn. Let's have a look. Ooh, Omnath's gonna have to go. Cannot have that. Then we'll Raga. Yep. Yeah, Bring to Light's still a good card, but we are just hanging around waiting for things to do at the moment. They might cast Yorion onto an empty board, in which case I'll Leyline Binding it. Ooh, Niv Mizzet Supreme, eh? Well, I can't leyline binding that, so that is a problem. That's what, hexproof from mono-coloured. Yeah, no, that's good. That's pretty good. What do I want here? Probably a forest. I'll stick Yorion in our own hand. Taken 5. Okay. So, let's crack a Fable Passage. Grab Island. Play a Bring to Light for 5. So I could just Sunfall here, or I could do something a little more spicy, which is... Where is he? Where's he gone? There he is. Thank you so much. I mean, they can Maelstrom Pulse my Tybalt, but I've now stolen their Niv Mizzet, so that feels like a pretty strong thing to be doing.
To another realm, I suppose.
Okay, well, let's play Niv Mizzet Supreme. And we have Leyline Binding available to us. I mean, there's a lot going on here. What? Why'd you... That's... That doesn't get anything now. You didn't cast it with any mana. Is that a misclick? Yeah, I mean, you could do the gentlemanly thing and concede. You can't do anything with that. You didn't cast it with any coloured mana. Yeah. Yikes. Okay, pillage the bonk's decent. Still nothing I can leyline bind, so just attack with Niv Mizzet Supreme, play Niv Mizzet Reborn, grab those 4 cards, and we'll discard one of our Vanishing Verses here, I think. Okay. Right, well, let's leyline bind their leyline binding. Cool, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I think we were going to win anyway, but they very much... I think they must have just misclicked on that Bring to Light, which is a shame. But yeah, I think we're in a pretty strong position regardless. We could have bound anything that they got with that Bring to Light, and you know, they might have gotten it, you know, they could have grabbed a Niv Mizzet Reborn, which would have been pretty good, but yeah, no, that was a fun mirror match though. Interesting to see the decks play against itself. Oh, wrong thing. So yeah, that was Niv to Light. Incredibly fun to play, as always. Like, just very... the sideboard screwed. Just very, very splashy, like, powerful effects, you know. Just absolutely just going to town. So yeah, really, really good fun. Let me know what you think in the comments. Good to have this deck here, but let me know. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.